Let me be the first to say Happy Easter. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I had a couple of things to say. Hi, how are you? If you don't know who I am, I'm Mystic Brady. I'm Katrina Brady. Happy Easter. With your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it. Okay, I'll spare you. Okay, so hi guys. I didn't announce this. Nobody's here. Okay. Wait. Hi, Cat H. Thank you for being here. I did not announce that I was going to be here. So I'm just sitting here. It's 12:15 in Texas. So New York time, it's probably. Keep singing. I have to write down the lyrics. I was watching Judy Garland on a YouTube video because that's one of my favorite movies. I would watch it with my mother the night before Easter, and then I'd run around the house singing Judy Garland's song and butchering it up. So it is one of my favorites, and I was singing it to the dogs. But I just want to say, first of all, Happy Easter to everybody. He is risen, and when I say He, that means God, Jesus. I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm not that religious. So if I try to be religious, I get my facts mixed up. So I don't want to go there. But I do want to say that at some point, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it will be tomorrow because I can't do it now because I'm a little tired from food shopping and preparing for Easter. Hi, Arkansas White Dove. I miss you. I was thinking about you the other day. Yes, he has risen indeed. But I want to tell everybody that even though it'll say I'm going to be doing a video or a live tomorrow, probably a video for the kids, just like I did for Christmas Eve. I'm going to be doing this book here, Beatrice Potter, Peter Rabbit. So even though I always mark my videos for for adults, I'm trying since Christmas Eve to do a little story to bring stories in, because some people have kids they and let's face it, I'm a teacher and I'm always going to be a teacher even if I'm retired, 100% retired. So I have all these books, I have all this knowledge, but Beatrice Potter, this book means a lot to me. And it reminds me of my mom because she used to read us this when we were little, right around Easter, and even when it wasn't Easter. So this is a very old book. Devin ordered this for me because I couldn't find my copy of my books, which I have a million of them, but they're all packed away in the garage. So he ordered this off of eBay last year, but it came after Easter. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put it in a good spot where I am organized with my books, and I put it in a good spot, and there it was. So I will be reading this tomorrow. I don't know if anybody cares, but will be reading that. And if you didn't see the movie Beatrice Potter, please go see it. What is everybody saying? Okay. Okay, we have 3 in the house. That's okay. I didn't make any announcements. I just figured, even though my phone's about to go dead, let me just jump on live and tell people, what I'm gonna do. Okay. Then I also have this book. It's really old, which I love. And it's Peter Rabbit. It's another version. It's very like a shorter version. And Devin got me that book as well, or I got it from the schools. sometimes they give away in the public schools that I work at, that I sub at. They'll have a rack of books, and this was one of them. Okay. So, um, and when I do that, I will do a little, you know, like description of what happened with Jesus. And like I say, I'm not an expert. You know, I'm more spiritual. I did grow up Catholic and believe in God, of course. Namaste, and in Jesus' name. Um, I'm having some Jesus juice in honor of Jesus. Anyhow, I hope everybody is okay. What's everybody doing tonight? Everybody working to make Easter dinner? You doing it ahead of time? I'm just making meatballs and linguine, and of course my sauce. I'll start making the sauce tomorrow. Of course tomorrow, but like kind of early afternoon so that it can cook for a long time, and the meatballs as well. And then I have loads of vegetables, like grilled vegetables that are nice. That I have like squash and zucchini and some eggplant. I also bought eggplants, but I don't think I'm gonna be ambitious enough to make them. So that'll have to be for another time. Your niece and your hubs are doing it all good. Kat, that's a good deal. If I lived in New York, I would go to my sister Karen's house because she does Christmas Eve all the time, and she always does Easter. And I miss the holidays there. But we make our own traditions here. But I miss them, and of course I miss my kids. Yeah, it feels like early. I don't know what time, where you are, Cat, and where you are, White Dove. I know your White Dove is in Arkansas. What time is it there? Let me know what time it is where you guys are at, cause here it's like 12:20. What time is it where you're at? Okay. I got a little down because I switched on to some of the trials, namely the boys, my grandsons, who I call my grandsons. You've been together, all the kids together again. Oh, that's great. You haven't been together, all the kids. It's 1:20 in Ohio. Kat, what are you doing up? I didn't know that you were a night person like me. 1:20 a.m. 3 is a good number. What do you mean 3 is a good number? Must be a cat thing? I'm not sure. I got lost. Okay, my time zone is the same as your time. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Arkansas is this is I'm so bad at geography. Like, where am I in the world? I'm always like, when I dream, I'm in New York. I don't even dream in Texas. I never sleep 3 to 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you ever take anything? I mean, I didn't take my sleep meds yet, obviously. Um, did you ever think of asking your doctor if you could take Ambien or something? Cat? Because sometimes I don't even sleep with my Ambien, but I told the doctor I don't want to change. I don't want to change because I've changed medication before and I've tried all the natural stuff. None of the natural stuff never worked for me. There's 3 in the room. Now there's only 2. There's only 2. It's okay. I mean, I was going to do a video. I was just going to do a video, and then I said, let me jump on live, and I got very down because I've been watching just like with a side eye, because I tell my mind to stop. and I told this to Kim Magical because she's been watching all the trials. I get very down when I watch the for my grandchildren, and for everybody, for Gannon, the Letitia step monster. I can't take it. I can't stop crying what Gannon went through. And I watched my old video, one of my old videos for Gannon that I did, and that was 3 years ago. So it was very, it was, what I said was, we're gonna find out that what Gannon went through is worse. Like some people thought he was strangled, some people thought he was shot, some people thought he was hit in the head, some people thought he was suffocated, some people thought he was just beat up, some people thought he was stabbed. Well, guess what? It was like all of the above. And so, the same thing with the boys, same thing with Sincere and Classic. It's just a nightmare. And I try to ask God, and what, 1 second, guys, let me just turn the TV down. I try to ask God, and angels and Jesus, like, how do you get over, and especially as a light worker or an empath or just somebody with a heart, how do you get over seeing these children tortured and these people in Harmony, Montgomery, they're looking for her again. And more news has come out that the father, just kept on punching her in the face and the head until she died. And guess who told you that? This person. I went through the whole vision of him coming down the stairs, or he's just tall, he's taller than her, of course. She's looking up at him, and I went through that whole emotion. I mean, it's just I can't even watch it myself. I can't go back on the videos. I just wanted to go back on the Gannon video because there was something that I was remembering. And when I went back and I was sitting outside when I used to do my videos outside with the burn, and I had said, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than what you ever imagined. So get ready for it. And, like I asked God, what are we supposed to do? And the only message I got was, you can't watch all of that. You can't watch all the court cases. You did your part. You got to step away from it. And like literally, there's nothing you could do right now except pray. And Gannon is at peace, and Sincere and Classic are at peace, and they're in the best place that they can be. And Harmony is at peace, and Summer is at peace. Of course, they would be more at peace if their bodies were found. And I struggle with that. I think a lot of people struggle with it, and it does keep you up at night, even worse than average. You planted some gourds today. You talk to the earth and your seeds as you plant. That's beautiful, White Dove. That is good. These trials are too emotional. We have Gannon, JJ, and Tyler. Yes. And that monster. Oh my gosh. Guess what? Her face. I was talking to Ruby about this. Her face. I'm talking about Lori Vallow, right? The just disgusting part of her. She used to be a little bit pretty because she was like Miss Texas at one point and whatever. She's thin and, she had the long blonde hair. Well, guess what? Whatever you have inside starts to come out on your face, right? Any thoughts and bad thoughts and bad feelings and evilness, it comes out on your face. It comes out in your eyes, right? And it's like, I don't know if you guys remember, what was it called? Twilight Zone, the old Twilight Zone episodes where this rich family, the father was like ill and he was in a wheelchair, and his wife was, real greedy, and his daughter and his son were real greedy. And so he said, I just want, I'm going to die, and all of you will have the money, but I just want you guys to wear these masks just for 24 hours. And then you could take them off and I'll be dead, and you can have all the money, right? So they wear the masks, and every mask reflected whatever the personality of the person was. His daughter was real, superficial and greedy, so that was on the mask. And so that reminds me of Lori Vallow. Everything is coming out on her face. She looks distorted. Somebody even said she looks as though she had a stroke. No, she didn't have no stroke. Okay? What happens is the evilness is coming out. She don't even care she killed her kids. She doesn't even care that she had her husband killed. She doesn't care that she had Chad Daybell's wife killed, that she, was a part of that too. She doesn't care. She doesn't care that a brother, uh, died, whether it was natural, he had a heart attack, or his something exploded, whatever it was. Anyhow, so whatever that they have inside them will come out. And but I can't watch her either. When I did her case, I did like just maybe 4 videos on her, maybe 5, and that's low amount for me. But I still remember when I channeled Alex in the pool room by myself. It was dark. I almost fell in the pool. Things were moving in the house. I didn't sleep for like 3 days, and that's with medication. So I just did a cleansing, and things got better after that. Hi, Blue Willow. Love you. I'm so glad you're here. I was thinking of you too today. Oh, hi, Star Miller. Nice to see you too. I'm so glad you could be here. I'm so glad everybody can be here. Hippie soul, how are you? It's awful when what the babies went through. Hope they bring justice to Stephen Smith. Yes, I hope they bring justice to Stephen Smith too. I was trying to listen to that. I didn't hear anything like one news outlet said, "Oh, Buster is exonerated," and then another news outlet said, "No, there wasn't. They didn't say anything yet." So I'm not sure. Did anybody hear? Yeah, Kat, it's really hard to watch the Gannon thing, and it's like, you want to watch it, but just take yourself away from it. Watch something else. Go for a walk around your house, because it puts you in a zone. It's like you feel like you're the mother or the father. You feel like you're Landon. What's her name, Landon, or the father, Al. Uh, and that's not a good feeling. It's like they will never be able to escape that. Gannon is gone. Gannon's in heaven. Gannon will never be on earth with them again. So it's so sad. And so that's the only message I receive from God. He's like, you have to use your willpower not to watch it. And, like, if I watch it for like 10 minutes. I watch the Murdoch trial more, but because that wasn't as close to me, I was able to do that. But Gannon's my boy. I just been seeing him all over the place. I've been feeling his energy, and like I told Ruby today, because she said she saw this kid outside her store. She works in a little shopping center, and she kept on seeing this boy that looked exactly like Gannon. And I said, that's what happened when he first passed, and before they found him and after they found him, I would see in school or just around this kid with like the same build as Gannon, and that black, Irish black hair, and the the beautiful eyes. And he would just look at me, just look over the shoulder, and I'd be like, I want to call that kid Gannon. Um, and so I told this to Ruby. I said, that's not a bad sign. What that means is, just like sometimes I used to see a little girl that reminded me of Harmony or Summer. Um, and what that is Spirit is letting us know that these kids are alive, but they're alive in heaven. And that gives me some peace. And that's a good sign. It means that, when you're thinking about these kids, or the people like Jennifer Dulos, Suzanne Morphew, when you think about them, Dylan Rounds, there's so many, Echo Lloyd, don't forget about Echo Lloyd, Kelly Brennan, and JJ, and Tylee. When you think about them, that gives them life, and they appreciate that, and they don't want us to be sad on this earth. They just want us to pray a lot. They want us to pray. They want us to fight the darkness with light and love, kindness, and not hate. Magnesium does help. I used to take it. It was like a bubbly drink, and that upset my stomach. So it was called Calm, CALM. That does work, but I didn't like taking the drink type, so I switched it to the pills, and they have it in gummies as well. Happy Easter, everybody. Blue Willow, Hippie Soul, Star Miller, White Dove, and Cat H. Botox wore off tools. Yes. Yeah. I just realized that. That's true. You don't get Botox in jail. Hey, ladies, you don't get Botox in jail. Now, Letitia, her face is the same, except her eyes are even more vacant and more crazier. And when she sits there and she has a hair, like, I mean, I have long black hair, but the way her hair just like goes around her shoulders, and then you can hardly see her eyes, but if you ever do see her eyes in the still pictures that they have, that's a friggin' enough to keep me up for a week. Okay, so that's why I'm too sensitive to it. And then I think of what she did to little Gannon, and I started revisiting my videos about her daughter Holly Hunt, because I had a question about it. You don't really see anything about her daughter anymore, right? And I know she's supposed to testify, but a lot of people think that she's not going to say the truth because she's scared of the mother. Even though the mother's in prison, she's still scared of her. Why? Because she was the only child when she was with her mother and father, and her father died, I think when she was 11. I'm not sure 100% of what year she was when her father died, but I know she was young. And then basically after this happened with Letitia, Harley lost that family, lost, Al, her stepfather, and Lena, her little sister, because they had to leave the house. They were like kicked out of the house. And of course they were kicked out of the house, but I feel bad for Harley. Harley? Yeah, Harley Hunt, Letitia's daughter, because imagine you have to go cross country with your parent that you know is a murderer. She witnessed Gannon being abused. Letitia was alone with Gannon, Lena and Harley, right? When Al was, uh, in the military working, and she was alone with them. And there was some instances, I don't know, like I should even be talking about it, but it bothers me. So I'm not looking at it, but I remember this from I guess the deposition, that Al testified that he witnessed her beat Harley with a belt. So, like, he knows that there was violence. And, this is the thing. Gannon had been coming to me to say, and this is not to, I know I said this in another video, this is not to put guilt on anybody that's surviving or shade. It was just a clear message. He goes, Katrina, everybody should listen to their kids. They should really listen to their kids, especially if the kids are trying to communicate with them and say, I'm hurt. This other parent is doing this or that, or somebody at school is doing this or that. They have to believe them right away. They have to have that communication. Like, in other words, don't let him be murdered in vain. There's some kind of communication that has to be, you just have to pay attention to your kids better. We just have to pay attention to the people and the red flags. I don't want to get emotional. Hey, 10 people in the house. Welcome. If you just came in, welcome. I'm Katrina Brady, Mystic Brady. I'm just here to say Happy Easter. Hey, Coral. Welcome, Coral. How have you been? How are you feeling? I know your whole family, everybody was sick, but you getting better? Nice to see you. I missed you. Invite my mom. Is your mom? I thought your mom told me she was going to bed. Isn't she sleeping? Better but dry? I hope you feel better. What happened to Crystal? Okay, she will be on the stand this coming week. Who will be on the stand? Harley Hunt? Cat? Harley? Yeah. I mean, so all the trials are happening. And it's just like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but it's like 2020 was such a poignant time in our life, not just because of COVID, but because of all the things, all the missing, all the murders. 2020. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Oh, my lips are chapped. And I was looking for my lip gloss, but I didn't see it. What's anybody else saying? Cousin it? It upsets minds sometimes. You get the chills up and down your back, Cat? I usually get it on my head and then it turns into a migraine. Do you ever connect with Shanann? Oh, I do connect with her. She's very good to me. Shanann, I ask for help in almost every case I do that has to do with the missing. I ask for help. Sometimes just in general, I'll ask for help from Shanann because she was a very good organizer. She was a cleaner, and I would like somebody to help me, even Spirit, to help me with that. I still think it was her that helped me the other day just get like one thing done in the kitchen, which was clean out the microwave. Um, yeah, but I feel her energy. Um, yeah, I connect with her. She's very beautiful energy. She's talkative. Suzanne is quiet, but she'll smile. She'll give me a smile. She'll say a couple of like brief sentences. If I try to tap in to her, of course, I'm always asking, "Where are you? Where can we find you?" And Jennifer Doulos is very quiet. Okay, and it's not like she's like, "Don't take it personally." I'm just quiet. I'm shy. Um, I don't take it personally. I think she knows what I've done for her, what I've tried to do for her. Um, yeah. But the kids get me. The kids always get me. And I hate to hear anything bad. I mean, of course, something bad has happened to them, but I feel like I relive it when I'm watching it. So it kind of hurts. And then you just ask God, and you ask God, please protect me from this energy. And what should I do? I always ask, what should I do? And sometimes I don't feel it. You remember that episode, Star Miller? You said you remember that episode. What episode? It's awful what the babies went through, and I hope they bring justice. Yes, I think I'm behind. Uh, um, I just almost said Flyer B, but Flyer B is not here, right? Flyer B, are you here? Um, yeah. So, I mean, tomorrow I gotta bake a cake. Chocolate, devil's food in the inside and chocolate on the outside. And that's also for Easter, but it's also for Connor because I never made his cake because he went to New York. Then when he got back from New York, I was working, he was working. Then we finally went out to the restaurant and we did have cake. They had a little candle on his thing, on his piece of cake. But I always want to make the kids, you know, and whoever's birthday, I like to make their cake. So I'm gonna be making the cake, and I'm also Devin like, just buy some cookies that are already made. Stop making more work for yourself. And I was like, no, it's not a big deal. It's special. It's for a holiday and it's for a birthday. So um, and that'll keep my mind busy too. So what's everybody else's plans? Yeah. Sometimes I watch. Hi, Crime Curious. I didn't know you were here. How you doing? Harley. Yes, it's such a cool name. Harley Hunt. That's a beautiful name. And I watched her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel, but I think it was taken down. And just there was just a couple of things that were put up on somebody else's channel. But mostly all her stuff was taken down. Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna go hard on it. I just try to listen to what God tells me to do. And he's like, yeah, less of this, you know, stop looking at that, watch something that, is mindless. Like I'm watching Thousand Pound Sisters because there's a whole story with them, and one of them got married and there was a wedding and I was crying. It was just emotional. But yeah, so I just want to basically come on and just chat with some people and just let you know that I was going to be doing the readings tomorrow of this book, talking a little bit about, Easter and the Easter's past and this book, Peter Rabbit. because that brings back my childhood. And every time I would try to read that in school for the holidays, what would happen was, you have a whole curriculum that you have to do. So I could never like just concentrate on it and get through the book. So I just end up reading a couple of pages and that was it. But that's okay. With my own kids, of course, I read it. I read it a lot more. Yeah, so basically, I just wanted to come on and say that. Does anybody have any questions? 14 in the house. Coral, your mom is invited, but I think she went to bed. Well, I felt like I shouldn't have been asked to get sick. What do you mean? What do you mean you shouldn't have been asked to get sick? I'm not sure what you mean, sweetheart. Can you tell me what you mean? Oh, I don't even know how to do that. I don't know how to bring anybody up. Do you know that I'm a retro girl in a techno world? So I'm just doing a live where I talk and people chat. People in chat. I don't know how to pull anybody up. Anytime I've been on a live where people pulled them up, it's been Ruby's live or other, I was on a couple of people's lives where they pulled me up. I don't know how to pull anybody up. Okay. Look what you're working with over here. Right? There's a limit. Oh, and I also have a reading, but the person, Christine, she did get in touch with me, so no worries. But I thought I was going to do it tonight, but I wasn't tapping in because I went food shopping. By the time I came home and put everything away, and then I made a chicken dinner, which I was surprised. Maybe Shanann helped me. I decided, even though it's Easter and I'm going to be cooking tomorrow, I made chicken. My battery's going dead because my phone is going dead. I made chicken, baked chicken breasts with olive oil and garlic and parsley and basil. And then I made corn and I made broccoli. And that took a long time. So I was like shot. So I couldn't do her reading. So I'm probably going to do her reading on Monday. This way, Easter is over and I'll be able to tap in. Let me just plug my phone in. Yeah, guys, my phone is at 5%, so. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Strawberries and potatoes tomorrow? That sounds good. I'm behind in the chat, so I don't know what's happening. Yeah, Coral, when I learn how to do it, where I invite people up, when I learn how to do it, I'll invite you up, I promise. I'll invite anybody who wants to come up. But I gotta learn how to do it first, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yes, everybody have a blessed Easter, a nice Easter, and I'll definitely, at some point, maybe tomorrow afternoon after I put my sauce on and get that going, I'm gonna read the book. It'll probably be a video. This way I can concentrate because I have very bad ADD and I get like, am I supposed to read the chat? Am I supposed to respond? Am I supposed to juggle? Or am I supposed to just read the book? I might do it as a podcast type thing where you just see the book and hear my voice. That's with my other phone. Here's my other phone. So with your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it, where you'll be the belle of the Easter parade. Does anybody know that song? I'm really aging me. I can write a sonnet about your Easter bonnet and all the fun upon it at the Easter parade on the avenue, boop boop, Fifth Avenue. Have I seen Whiny yet? Who's Whiny? Your cat? Oh yeah, I need StreamYard. I think I have StreamYard. I'm sitting over by my fireplace because my phone's plugged in. Oh yeah, Whiny, your cat. Yeppers. You think we're twins? You get me, cat. I could tell you get me. I'm born in 1963. So Judy Garland, anything with Judy Garland in it, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. It just brings me back to my mother and sitting there watching The Wizard of Oz, sitting there watching the Easter parade and the anticipation of waking up the next day and seeing, the Easter bunny. And even after I knew there wasn't an Easter bunny, but there really is. Okay, looking for my Easter eggs in my basket. And then I remember pulling out the dining room chair to cry because everybody found the eggs. Christine found hers and she found her basket. Susan was sitting there eating her bunny already. And I just figured I was bad, so maybe I didn't get one. So I pulled out the dining room chair to sit down and cry. And my mother was like, "Why are you crying? Why are you giving up?" And I said, "Because I didn't get an Easter basket this year." And she was like, "Why don't you look behind you?" And I was like, "No." And I looked behind me on the chair, and there was the basket. I mean, how easy could have been, but I wasn't too bright. I'm still not too bright. Yeah. StreamYard, I can download that. I used to have it, and then I think I let it go, but I would just have to download it again. Technology gives me a headache. She's only doing YouTube. Who's only doing YouTube? Oh, okay. Yes, the Twilight Zone. See, I'm behind in the chat. Yeah, I think she meant Cat. I think Coral meant invite my mother to come up, invite me to come up. And I don't know how to do any of that. Anytime I've been on other people have brought me up. I don't know how to do any of that. I'm lame that way. So I do lives, but I just talk. And I'll learn how to do that maybe another time. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody and happy Easter. And, go give your family members a hug. If you're alone, know that we're out here and in the universe, and God loves you, and all the angels surround you and love you and are there for you too. And we are there for you, each other. Anyway, happy Easter, everybody, and I love you all. Don't watch any more trials, Cat. Watch something nice on TV like the Easter Parade. Okay, you could find it. Anyhow, thank you for coming. Please give a thumb up on the way out. It helps the algorithm. Or give me a comment if you're watching this today or tomorrow or the next day. Anyhow, I love you all, and I just want to wish you peace and happiness and love, and know that God and Jesus has done a lot for us and continues to help us in every way that you can't even imagine. Anyhow, namaste. Love you.